Hello, welcome to Wilco White. I'm Sean. Sorry, I've not done a video this week. I have had just a crazy week this week. Touching on today's show, I'm going to do presser, a little bit on the presser, not much. Portsmouth, and just a bit of other news as well. So, start with press conference. I didn't watch it all, but team news on that is fully fit squad. Apart from obviously Ampadu and Voba, Bamford back in training. He's been out for 9 weeks. I can't see him being involved. It'd be a surprise if he's on the bench. The good news is Voba should be back after the international break. It's looking good for Ampadu to be involved towards the back end of the season. That'd be a big boost. Joseph had a knock, but by the sounds of it, he's going to be available. So that is good to know. Awards. He talked about the awards. Obviously, he got Farker's got Manager of the Month for February. Dan James has got the Player of the Month, and also Junior Firpo got the player from the last match, fans player from the last match. So good that we're getting the awards. It's showing that we're playing well. We're doing well. So you do well, you get rewarded. Let's move on to Portsmouth. Now, Portsmouth are sitting, is it 17th? 17th in the league. Played 35, won 10, drawn 9, lost 16. Their home form is better than their away form. They've only lost 4 games at home all season, winning 8, drawing 5. Last 5 matches, they've lost 2, won 3. Yeah. 2 of those was at home and winning away as well. Goals, they've scored 43 goals, conceded 57. So they do concede a lot of goals. Most notably this season, Stoke scored 6 past them. Derby scored 4 past them. West Brom scored 5 past them back in January. The head-to-heads with us, again, a lot of goals. Interesting, last 5 matches, we've only won 1 game, drawing the rest with them. But there's been 17 goals in them 5 matches. So we could be on for a big scoring game. Hopefully it'll be all Leeds goals. That's what we want. Injury news. Now, they do have a lot of injuries. I think it's like 9 players, especially in that central defensive area. They've got the likes of Conor Shaughnessy, Hayden Matthews, Ivan Bauer, he's been out most of the season, Robert Atkinson, who recently joined on loan from Bristol City. I said Hayden Matthews, he's recently joined from Sydney FC. Apparently a really good player, big miss for them. Last game they played a defensive midfielder in their pack, defensive midfielder in their defence. They have signed on Andrew Milosevic on a free transfer, ex-Swedish international. Been without a club since like last year. You probably see him on the bench for Portsmouth. Can't possibly be match fit. I can't see it. Other injuries, they've got injuries to Jacob Farrell, Jordan Williams, Paddy Lane, and the big one is Callum Lang, their top goal scorer with 10 goals, 2 assists. So that has meant that Kobe Bishop has had to come in there up front. He's done okay. He's done all right. He's got 5 goals, 2 assists this season. Rest of the forward line, they've got Matt Ritchie, experienced winger, 4 goals. They've got number 10 in Achuchi, I think you say. He's only got 1 assist this season, not doing fantastic. But then we have Josh Murphy. He's stand out this season for them. He's got 9 assists, 6 goals. He's actually second in the league for big chances created on 14. That's only 1 behind Dan James. So, again, showing why he's having such a good season. They have got a young 19-year-old striker, Tom Waddingham. He's coming back again, an Australian from Brisbane Raw. He should be back for this game, which would be a welcome boost for them. I mean, touching on the last few games, it was interesting to see the stats for the defence. They have a lot of possession, but it's all the defence that have the ball. If you look all across the back line, they've got Conor Ogilvie, who's having a standout season for them. The left back, he has a lot of the ball. He also, I think it was like 59 touches in the last match, 14 passes into the final third. Same with Pack, obviously, defensive midfielder sitting into that defence. He was also trying the long balls as well. He made like 11 long ball attempts. Even the goalkeeper likes long ball. 26 attempted long balls in the last game. That's ridiculous. They do bypass the midfield. Dazelle and Hayden, they just sit deep, defensive midfielders. They don't get a lot of touches of the ball, and definitely don't have a lot of passes into the final third. It'll probably just be laying it off left and right, or even back to the defence. They do like to press Portsmouth. So in my mind, looking at how the back line, how many touches they have, they do like to try to play out from the back, but then I think they like to then hit it forward into those areas and then put pressures on us further up the field. That's going to play into our hands. We're good with us individual duels. We should win them balls all day long, winning possession back. If they want to mess about with it at the back, we've got players who can press. We can also win the ball back that way. So I'm very confident with this game. I really am. I think I'm going to go 3-0, and I think it'll be a comfortable 3-0 because of the players they've got missing, because also they've got some important games coming up. They've got Plymouth on Wednesday. Obviously, they're only 8 points away from the drop zone of Portsmouth. They need to make sure. I think they'll be safe, but they need to make sure. They've also got Preston coming up as well on Saturday next week. And Preston are only a couple of positions in front of Portsmouth in the league. So for me, them two are the big games for them. Could you rest players and maybe give some of the youngsters a game? Like I said, they're struggling with injuries. They'll want to keep the main players fresh for the Plymouth game. That's a big game for them on Wednesday, but that'll be interesting to see. Again, I think they'll be fine, Portsmouth. I do like them. Good team. I like how they come and want to try and play. They'd like to try and put the opposition on the back foot. I think they just want to be established. Just wanted to establish themselves in the champion this season. Didn't want to really pull up any flowers. They didn't want to go for it. I just think they would finish mid-table, establish themselves, and then they could push on next season. A bit like probably us in the Premier League if we get promoted. So that's that for Portsmouth. Other news, I've looked at the news over the week. So we've got news from Parag. So this guy here is, well, the 49ers looks like they're going to be buying the 51% shares of Rangers, which would be great for them. You know, it's another string to the bow, basically. It's not going to affect anything on our side of it. I wouldn't worry at all. I think it's just going to be a separate entity. You can understand why they get European football every year. You know, they've had Jose Mourinho's even said he'd be up for managing in Scotland, either Celtic or Rangers. Could that be an option for him? Because they do need another manager, the Rangers. They really do. So interesting that it's all going through. It ain't just the 49ers. It's another American business owner as well. So fair play to him. I've got no issues at all with that. Touching on transfers, few transfers. Obviously, We are going to be linked with Southampton players. Cameron Archer, this guy's not going away. We've also been linked with Ramsdale and Kyle Walker-Peters from Southampton. They're going to get relegated this season. I'd take Ramsdale. I'd even probably take Kyle Walker-Peters, decent player. Archer, I'm not so sure, but we've got massive interest in him by the looks of it. It could possibly be a Leeds United player come next season. I'm not going to be against it. I just think possibly be better. There's better options out there. One of the options is Tommy Abraham, who's been linked with Leeds as well, but he's currently on loan at Roma. Does he want to come back to England? Possibly. Or will he try and get a permanent move to Roma? Who knows? But if we could get someone like Tommy Abraham, that would be fantastic for us. I really like him as a player. I really do. Other transfer news. This guy, Rasmus Christensen, about time. Apparently, the deal's going ahead for him to leave and join Eintracht Frankfurt. Roughly about 6 million, which is less than we wanted for him. But it gets him off the wage books, and it does bring some more money into the club. It isn't the 10, 12 that we wanted for him, but at the end of the day, I'm not bothered. Get him out, he's gone. That's another one of that sort of group of players that no longer want to play for Leeds, and we no longer want them to playing for Leeds. Get them gone. Another one here. This guy, Jack Harrison. Now, it doesn't look like Everton are going to go for him. Not going to sign him on a permanent. Is he coming back to Leeds? Probably will, but will he play? I don't think so. Now, he's been linked with a move to MLS. That'd be good for him. It'd be good for Leeds. He went over to America as a young player. Did really well over there. I think it'd be a good move for him. He hasn't done it since, I don't think he scored a goal or something like that since February last year for Everton. He's not somebody I'd want. And obviously the comments he's made and his mum made, I don't think he'd be welcome back as the likes of Brendan Aronson, And can he cut it? Is he good enough for the Premier League? I'm not too sure. I don't think so. Not going off the form he's been on with Everton. So interesting. One to watch. Also, this guy, Pascal Struijk, has been linked with a move away from Leeds United. Not one I want to happen. Feyenoord are currently looking at him and apparently have been in contact with his representatives. Bound round 26 million. I don't know if that's euros or pounds. I can't see it. He's vice captain of Leeds United. He will be playing in the Premier League. If he goes to Feyenoord, they can offer him European football, not Champions League, but Europa football. Is that appealing enough for a player to go? I'm not too sure. If it were Champions League, I could understand. Now, in the Premier League, I think Pascal Struijk will stay and want to prove a few people wrong, because obviously he was part of that team that got mauled that last season and obviously relegated last time we were in there. I don't think the 49ers would want to let him go. I don't think they'd want to cash. I don't even think they'd cash in on him. He's such an important player for the team, for the squad. Again, his leadership qualities as well. When obviously we can see that with Ampadu not being there, and he's standing in as captain. So no, that's a no for me. But again, one to keep an eye on. Illan Meslier next up. So apparently, Manchester United are no longer interested in Illan Meslier. The scouts have been watching him, but his appearances and performances for Leeds, especially Sunderland and Hull, the mistakes he's made has sort of dropped him down the pecking order. Manchester United are looking now at two other goalkeepers. I think it's Joan Garcia from Espanyol, who's having a fantastic season at Espanyol, and James Trafford. James Trafford at Old Trafford. That'd make sense, wouldn't it? That's a goalkeeper I would like at Leeds. Obviously, like I said, Leeds have been linked with Ramsdale. But we are also linked with Trafford, looking at Trafford as well. And also, what is it, Keller at Liverpool. Now, I'd take any three of them. I really would. I'd also take Cooper from, what did it know? Cooper play for? Sheffield United, is it? Burnley? Can't remember which one of them. But I would take any of those goalkeepers over Millier. I just don't think Millier would be good enough in the Premier League unless he had a massive upturn in his form, in his handling, in his decision making. But is it a risk? It's too much of a risk to take. We can't be affording to be relying on players next season who are up and down with the confidence and with their form. No, we need somebody solid who's going to be a consistent performer. Definitely. So that's it for me today. I hope you liked it. Again, sorry it's been a late one, but I've just had some issues this week. So please like and subscribe if you can. That'd be fantastic. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.